It's been about 5 months since I last uploaded the Iron Farm in 18 days, so I figured I'll start trying to edit more parts to it and start posting them. So if you want to see more of this, hopefully it won't take me another 5 months for the next part to come out, or maybe I'll finish it in this video, who knows. But if you want to see more, like and subscribe. I don't upload that often, so make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss when I do. On day 5, I packed my bags and left. Walking back, I noticed a hole with water in it, and it kinda looked cool. I thought I might be able to use it for something. There is a large cave next to it. I'll probably check that out in another video, but yeah. I started clearing out some of the space where I wanted the farm to be. The hard part was going to be getting the villagers there. I had a plan to make a very long path where I could take one in a boat and carry it all the way to where I needed it to go. Also, it turned out I needed more iron than I thought I did. I needed like 30 or something, and I only had 19. I had to make shears to cut leaves because I'd need 2 of those, but as Thomas Jefferson once said, you need to spend money to make money. I also needed a bucket of lava. Luckily, the last time I was in this world, I had some lava underneath a very mature statue that I made. Look at this amazing work of art. I finally made it there, and I had to do that 2 more times. I was going to plan to fish for the rest of day 6 because there's like a 0.8% chance of getting a name tag while fishing, and I needed one for the mob farm I was going to do, or not the mob farm, the iron farm. I needed a piece of string, and I went over to my not working mob farm and it didn't have any, so for some reason I decided to go up to the top. I went AFK for some reason. By the time I got back, the moon was rising, so I had to get back to the villager before zombies ate it, and by the help of some friendly dolphins I made it back in time. But for some reason, he really just did not want to get inside of the bed that I placed, so I just decided to box him like a fish. Okay, I need to stop. I'm dying of cringe. Listen, okay, I wrote the script 7 months ago. Don't judge me. After that, I just went to bed and tried to figure out what was wrong with the bed and the villager on day 7. It was a long and treacherous process. Now I have to do it 2 more times. I made my way back to the village to kidnap more kids, but I think I interrupted a threesome. You know what? That doesn't work there because I said kids. You know what, never mind, I'm just stick with it. Anyway, I kidnapped one and ran away before they could call the police. And by the time I got it all the way back to my base, which isn't even a base, it was nighttime, so I slept and waited for the next day. On day 8, I decided to move the villager to the other one, and the way I was doing this, I was just completely limiting where they could walk, so they could only walk to a single place. I went back to the village to get another villager. There was no golem, so after I brought the villager back to its new permanent home, I would either have to go mining or wait for another golem to spawn. I decided to make a fishing rod and go fish near the village while I waited for an iron golem to spawn, but before I did that, I watched the sunset and prepared myself for day 9. I went back to the village and started to fish on day 9. A golem only spawns when a villager is frightened, and for a villager to be frightened, there has to be a mob, so I'd either have to fish until nighttime or fish until it started to rain. And luckily for me, it started raining. I needed 40 more iron for an anvil and the rest of the hoppers. However, I thought the iron farm would still work. Currently, it would just work a lot slower because there wouldn't be zombies constantly frightening the villagers. I fished throughout the entire day 9. My plan was to break a villager's bed in the middle of the night so they would get frightened and maybe spawn a golem. But while doing that, a creeper snuck up on me and almost killed me, so that scared me enough to get me to sleep for the night. I stayed around for a while, waiting for a golem to spawn, but none did, so I started heading back to my base. Also, you're about halfway through the video. You should like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you haven't seen the first part to this video, click on the link in the top right hand corner. Watch that or you might get totally lost in what's happening. Since no iron golem spawn, I had to do the one thing I didn't want to do. I had to go mining. I grabbed everything I need out of my chest, and I started heading over to Cow Mountain. Go watch the other parts I made on this. They should all be in a playlist. If you watch them, then you'll know why this is called Cow Mountain, even though it's pretty obvious. I found the torch that I used to mark the mines, and as soon as I got in there, I started lighting up as much as I could and killing zombies. Then I got as much iron that was near the places I lit up. In the last video I did on this world, I think I saw the chains, and I thought it was a warden, but it turned out it was just a mine shaft. I had over 40 iron. I didn't want to risk anything, even though mine shafts can have name tag. I decided to just leave while I could. I slept wonderfully and woke up energized for day 11. I smelted all the iron I got and went to go cut down more trees. I needed more tools and I was running out of space in my chest and my inventory, so I needed to make more. After getting more torches and everything, I headed back down to the mine shaft. I took a deep breath. I contemplated my life decisions and I safely swam into it. As soon as I got down there, I was almost knocked off by a skeleton, One of the skeletons shot the other one, and then there was a spider. It was just a whole thing. The main reason I hate mine shafts is because of cave spiders. They're like spiders, but severely worse. Smaller, and they poison you. I don't even know what happened here, but I got attacked by 3 cave spiders, and then almost died because I fell down and there's a skeleton there and everything. I don't know how I survived this, to be honest. Ooh, did you see that jump? But I had looked everywhere and I couldn't find a single chest, so disappointed. I had everything I needed except for a name tag. I guess I was forced to fish for the rest of eternity to get one. But on the bright side, I destroyed one of the cave spider spawners, so if I ever have to come back down there again, it'll be less of a problem. As I emerged from the cave, saddened that I couldn't find a name tag, the sun was rising. It was day 12. I AFK'd next to my plants for the entire day, so I guess I'll just skip to day 13. While I was AFK, a friendly zombie came by to say hi. Me and him had a wonderful conversation about politics. We talked about the political and economical status of the world right now. I know I just said status instead of status. What is wrong with me? Then, my creeper alarm let me know the sun was rising. Sure, I'm glad I set that alarm. While I was AFKing, I looked up more ways to get a name tag. You can get it from mine shafts, you can get it from treasure chest, you could get it from fishing, or some villagers have that trade. I smelted food, I got the rest of my iron out the furnace, and I started a journey to find any shipwrecks I could to find more iron. I found a savanna biome. I guess that's pretty cool. I went in a straight line for a very long time, and I couldn't find any shipwrecks. So my last option were find a villager with a trade for a name tag, or fish for a long time to get a name tag. So I looked around for any villager that might have had a name tag trade, and there were absolutely none. The sun was setting, so I just came to the fact that I had to fish for a name tag because there was no other way. Whoa, 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 what was happening there? Nah, I'm doing this voiceover. What was that? Were they just... Anyway, yeah. None of the villagers had name tag trades, so on to day 14. I hopped in my boat one last time to try to find a shipwreck before giving up and resorting to fishing. I found a ruined portal, but as I opened the chest, I was disappointed once again because still no name tag. It said in my notes that I found an ocean monument before a name tag, but I went through the footage pretty fast and I couldn't find the part where I found one, so I went back to the village and I took the villagers' plans because fuck the environment. Then I headed home preparing to fish for the next 86 years of my life, almost falling into the giant water hole. As I watched the sunset, I thought about what other things I could be doing other than spending hours on Minecraft, doing something like trying to find a name tag just for an iron farm. I woke up on day 15 alone with nobody in the bed to my left. If you're trying to be in that Minecraft bed, message me at... Okay, I'm sorry, that was stupid. I grabbed 3 fishing rods and made my way down to the little river. I made a temporary little house and began to fish. The day ended with an unsuccessful fishing trip to get a name tag. I did not look at the sunset, I just went straight to bed out of disappointment. I went directly back to fishing on day 16. I finally got one, and after all that, I went to go tell the only friends I have, the cows. I mean, look at them, they were ecstatic for me. Like, they got so excited for everything. I even, almost jumped in there to hug them. Look, I showed it. Oh, I hit one. Why did I? It was a high five, I swear. But I put it in my chest so I didn't lose it, and then I began to gather the rest of what I needed to finish the iron farm. And this is the design I chose to go with. Go sub to this dude and watch his videos. He does some pretty good tutorial. After finally making the rest of the hoppers I needed, I continued building, and eventually, I finished it. The footage actually froze here for a while, but the last thing I needed was lava. I'm not sure when the footage unfreezes, but I guess we'll find out. I was leading a zombie over there, the only thing I needed other than lava, and I forgot that zombies can't swim, so it turned into a drowned or I killed it. I can't remember. I got the zombie where I needed it to be, and I placed a name tag on it. The name tag is named The Bane of My Existence. It's like abbreviated though. Also, unfortunately for me, I forgot to put a specific slab back, so that'll come back to hurt me. So when I was almost done with it, look at this tomfoolery. Everything I worked for multiple hours, multiple Minecraft days, over 6, just gone in an instant. I actually wanted to die right there. But I guess it wouldn't be an its-esahc recording if something didn't go wrong. So yeah, day 17, even more fishing. And I got one. It didn't take nearly as long as the last one, but still. And then I went to name it. And I picked the perfect name, even more a bane to my existence, or something like that. I waited until nighttime and I got another zombie. This is the night of day 17. I was pulling it kinda close. And just because of how lucky I am, it happened again. At least this time, I didn't put the name tag on the zombie yet. For some reason, I still didn't catch on. The reason why it kept spawning was because I didn't put down a slab there. But I just, with my amazing reaction time, look at what I just did, bro. Like, at last second and everything. I'm literally so good at this game. As you can tell by all the towers, that happened a few times. And just like that, it was day 18, the deadline I gave myself. Technically, I made one, but I wasn't sure why it wasn't working, so I came to the conclusion that maybe they can't spawn on glass, so I tried to make it built with different blocks, at least the top where they were supposed to spawn. And after I did that, it finally started to work. It took me 18 days to build an iron farm. Now that I know how to actually make one, next time it'll probably be a lot faster. This video is the longest video that I've ever made. It took over 5 hours, so if you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe. I'll probably never make another 100 days type video again. It just took so long. I procrastinated about editing this for about 3 months. I know I said everything was fine, but the iron farm actually stopped working after like a few hours. So I had to make multiple new ones over the exact same old one. So it looks like a whole abstract art project right now. But I guess you will see that in the next video. Also, while typing this down, a creeper literally blew up my chest. So maybe I'll finally work up on a house. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you whenever I upload again. Peace.